Okay, here we go. Where is he allowing people to... Here we go. Holy, that was a lot of people at once. There you go. Unhappy, you've been invited to speak.
Yo, what's up, team?
When you first last time, was that someone else?
No, it wasn't me. I think it was second or third last time. I was late.
Late. Well, you gotta be
Couldn't be
first
that
next
quick.
time as well.
Awesome.
You gotta start a streak. Anyways,
Cool.
hello. What's up?
So, I know there was a big incentive from last map, and Rob even talked about having all loot box items available as drops or just elsewhere in the game. So, should we be able to, or should we expect to be able to find items such as like the bot upgrades via methods that don't include pay to win?
The entire adventure loot table has been audited, and not only have the quote-unquote useless items that you just check out been majoritively removed, but good items such as tier 2, tier 3, tier 1, bot upgrades, socket expanders, rare candy, all the items which were kind of more exclusive to the loot boxes last season, have been added to loot tables as well.
Cool. And I'm assuming we're going the same, like 2 questions.
Yeah.
Cool. And then so next, can we expect to see any changes in regards to the buyable island upgrades? So for example, like last season there was like no use to have lucky mobs. It was actually more detrimental to have them. And then there was a pretty hard cap on when people stopped upgrading their like placeable bot limit.
We have added new upgrades for various new updates we've done for island stuff. As for those specific ones, I'm fairly sure they have been audited slightly, but for the majority, the ones from last season will stay the same, but there have been a couple tweaks.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
No worries. Can we just flip the Q&A and have a screen share of the map, if only? Last time we did try to do like a public screen share. The whole Discord crashed, so... Wait, how do you leave the stage?
Let me try this.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we full on crashed all of the Discord, so yeah, let's not do that again. Hello, MG.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm just chilling. I just wanted to ask about item flips. Are they gonna be added this map?
We want to prioritize island updates and adventure updates over those sort of updates, as you guys would probably want based off of the feedback from last season. So it is something we want to do because obviously we know people enjoyed them a lot from prisons. However, we'd prefer to get a gameplay updates out first.
Okay. Also, I asked it last time. I just want to ask: is there any update on prisons?
There's no update on prisons, no.
Unfortunate. Yeah, that's all.
Awesome. Thank you.
Chosen sucks though. That's what I wanted to say.
Yes. I don't know. All right. Hello, Larry.
Hello, mate. Yeah, just a quick question. What was the decision behind releasing Cosmic Sky before Prisons? Wouldn't you say that Cosmic Prisons is the far superior product and more people want it and it brings more money and it's far more popular?
There's lots of factors that played into the decision we made. I mean, obviously, firsthand, we have the dev available for Sky. The developer for Prisons is unavailable. One of the factors, and there was many other factors which played into consideration. So, but that was the main one.
Sounds like sound logic. Cheers, mate.
Awesome, thank you.
Oh shit! What the hell?
Oh well, PG Kelvin, come on.
Oh, I didn't mean. I just clicked the button and it auto put me in.
He's in.
Right. Well, what I wanted to say was someone already asked about prisons, so that was that question round. I would just like to say If prisons would be worked on, do you think it would be in a year at middle release date?
I can't speculate on prisons. I can say that
How long did Sky take then?
based
How long
on
did Sky?
Sky, how long that took to, I guess, transfer from whatever version it was 112 to the latest. It took like 8-9 months, but prisons would probably take longer than that because of the complexity of the code.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Thank you. And I'd like to say Chosen sucks at Siege and Overwatch and Landini on top. That's it. Thank you.
Oh, unlucky to that guy. Patrick. Any thoughts of bringing the old Cosmic Bot back? We were able to check CF stats, alliance balances, etc. I mean, that was actually, I'm not sure if he's in here. I think that was Major Blake's bot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly sure that was like a private bot coded by obviously one of the staff members, but I mean, if someone wants to code one, I mean, it's been done before. Didn't require any of intervention our side. Required an account on. Oh, never mind. He put his hand down. Unhappy, welcome back.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
A long time no see.
Yeah, for sure. So another question: were there any changes in any aspect of the game relating to the use of vault accounts? Should we still expect the AFK spawners with them? Did we need to have an account on our island for bots to still function? Just basically anything new.
Yes and yes. It's something we want to be able to achieve, not requiring alts to be on islands, but it's with the systems that we have in place, with how everything works, it's not as easy as it would seem. We have tried it, we have looked into it, but it wasn't worth the time this time around to dump into it.
Cool. And then another question, although this might be better suited as a request: is there any way that we could change needing light levels for crop growth, especially with the bug with sugarcane that we can't really get around? Is there any way that could be
It's something
managed?
we want. It's something we want to do, but with the current way everything's set up on the server, the way the server's set up, essentially before we had, I'm not going to try to speak the dev specifics, but we had a certain like plugin which we were able to edit, which controlled that, but now we don't, and we don't have it for the latest version of Minecraft. So it's not something that's possible at the moment. Whether it is in the future or not, I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not something we're able to do at the moment.
All right, cool. Thanks again.
Thank you. Equipping.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Isn't it 8 p.m. for you as well?
Yes. What was I say? Oh, yes. I'll mention prisons there for uranium, but also, what I'm gonna say is the new farming that's better. Is that gonna kick in early game or is it gonna kick in late game?
The new farming that's better, what do you mean?
Like, as in, just the stuff that makes farming nicer, like the crap with the hole and the particles.
Obviously, I mean, enchants are available from day one. We've tried to, I guess, emulate what, I guess, enchants are for slaying, for farming, and make farming a lot more satisfying when it comes to that, where there's progression, so it's harder to do at the start, then you progress your way where it's easy to do. So obviously there'll be that progression that's needed. However, once you've done that, it'll feel very satisfying and very nice.
And Joe, what would you do for a million beers?
I don't drink anymore, so nothing, unfortunately.
Damn. Ah! Bye bye. I love you.
Bye bye.
Aren't you gonna say it back?
I'm sorry. Hello.
Yo.
Yo.
I got two questions.
Sure.
Is there any plans for current content creators going into map 2?
Is there any plans for current content creators going into map 2? If it's I'm not 100% sure like what you're asking. Like, what do you mean by that?
Like, previously there were talks about like giveaways or
Oh, like yeah, so I mean
like perks or
same as last map, but it might be a bit like it will be a lot more, I guess, prevalent. Obviously, at the beginning we did go around people's streams. We gave loot boxes to creators, and yeah, there'll probably be a lot more of that this season for the people who are streaming on release.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And my second question is: have island points stayed the same?
Have island points
Like the trophies.
trophy points. We've audited them from map to map, and we are looking into how they work. So yeah, obviously keep an eye on the post for the specifics on that, but we have audited to do with them, and we do have a plan.
That's all I got.
It's all he's got. Embro.
All right. My first question is: are like mini games going to be added next map?
Not next map, but I'm hoping it'll be map 3, or partway through map 2, based off of what there is to do.
And then another thing is: are stack pots going to be changed? Because I think currently they're too OP.
There was actually a poll on this. Community voted for 4x health pots. So that is what it's being changed to.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe minigames should be added mid-map this map.
It is something we've looked into and considered. It's just time-wise with the updates we've prepared for the start of the map, we won't be able to fit that in. But yeah, it is something we want to do.
Okay. Yeah, and that's all in chosen stocks.
Ghost. Right, everyone's just getting like at the end of their speech, it's like someone's getting shouted out or like. Okay. Anyways,
Yeah,
Ghost. Hello.
I'm not gonna do any of that.
Okay.
I just have a few questions for you, and the first one being, are you gonna have any more? Are you gonna have more permanent stuff introduced, like kits and whatnot? Like, I never played Cosmic Skies previously. I played Cosmic Prisons. I know, like, that's not coming back for a long time. Not asking about it. I was just curious if you're gonna have like kits that renew like every week or 2 weeks that will be available for purchase, or is it still going to be the same exact system you had previously?
You're talking like G kits, M kits, V kits,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's something we had on Sky before. We're not opposed to bringing it back, but we just want to make sure all of the time that we do have is spent into gameplay updates for now. And then once we've got it in a good place, then we'll start putting time into updates like that, where we're adding kits, we're adding mini games, etc.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's just the loot boxes feel very lackluster for how much you have to spend to buy them at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it; it's like with progression, right? So the loot boxes come out to help progress through the map. That's why I was wondering if there's going to be like more permanent things to buy, other than just your rank that transfers over.
We do have an interesting system when it comes to the store debuting this map, so you guys will have to wait to see with that. But yeah, it is a very cool and interesting system.
Awesome, thank you. That's all I have to say.
Awesome, thank you. I invite you to the stage.
Hello. There we go. Awesome. So I have a few questions as well. So we had a leak that was a picture of a new elite. I assume the names are different for some other reason. And then also there's a chest in the middle. We were curious if that's to leak that the AP system is not there, or if that's representing certain chests locations that are higher quality than an AP system, if that is in place.
So it's the same chest system as it was before, and as for
Okay.
the elites, I don't think anyone has gotten what their function or reason to be that is in chat yet. So you guys have got to still keep guessing.
Okay.
But,
Got it.
yeah.
Also, has there been any updates to the garden? Because I know that was a big thing last season, where a lot of the people who played Island didn't really find it useful.
It's something we're looking into revamping. Won't be this season. We're introducing different stuff for the island people this season. However, it is something we are looking into revamping because, yeah, in its current state, it's not very helpful at all.
One more question. So we had a member of ours who started making a Discord bot that would allow us to track Island Top, like XP, and those types of things. Is that allowed, or is that not allowed?
That's allowed. It just pulls
That's
from
allowed?
a GUI,
Okay.
pulls from a GUI in game. That's fine.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. That's everything.
Awesome. Thank you. MGA, hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
It's been a while.
I know.
I have just. I have a. Is there any new mobs? Like this season, are there gonna be any new mobs for Island? Yes.
As in, like, IS Slayer mobs?
Yeah.
We focused on the other 3 IS skills this season. So Slayer hasn't received the same level of updates as the others. However, there is one enchant to do with IS Slayer which has received an update. If you know, you know. But the other 3 IS skills have received the most attention out of all of them.
Yeah. So I have another one. The crops in leaks we got. Is it like all of them have its own level, or is it like you can pick which crop you wanna farm at like some levels?
Mixture of both.
Okay. I just wanted to say Chosen still sucks, so is Landini.
Unlucky. Zenith.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. I have a few questions. Okay. So, what are the odds the map gets delayed again, or is it looking on time for this Friday?
Looking on time and good.
On time, good. Okay. Next question. I want to know, is there any rework to the bosses for adventures?
So the actual loot that they're dropping, yes. Obviously the locations have all been updated with the new maps, and then the elites that have been added with their function. Once we've got those in a good place, our side, and then once you guys have had a chance to play with them, we get feedback from that, then we'll be able to update the bosses with similar mechanics, etc. So we're focusing our attention on those first, and then going from there.
Okay. And then last question. I know last map there was a few like vanilla side things that broke the server. Specifically speaking about the pumpkins incident. Did you guys get that fixed?
Yeah, the bugs which were carried over from us converting to the newest version of Minecraft, they'll all be patched for release.
Yeah, because we did figure out that bug like right before the end of the map, and we figured that a lot of people have been using it.
Yeah, I mean that one was a very simple one to fix. I assume you're referring to sharing pumpkins.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
because literally only
that
needed one pumpkin to make a whole entire farm.
Yeah, that was a pretty simple one to fix. So yeah, but we're just yeah, we got a big list of them. We worked our way through them. So yeah.
Okay, well that's all. Thank you, guys.
Awesome, thank you. Oh, look who it is again.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Third time's the charm.
For sure. You guys mentioned last Q&A that you were looking into potentially changing the pace of play for different parts of the game. So can we expect, specifically in progression, for it to be faster or slower at different points? And if so, what would that look like?
It'll be a lot more satisfying at the beginning. Middle will be pretty much the same, and then the end will be faster because of the new stuff that's been added. So it will be an overall more satisfying gameplay experience. So
Cool.
Yeah.
And then you guys also mentioned that you wanted to audit how the fund worked from map 1. Can we have any insight on if we can see, expect any changes for that?
So the actual numbers for each one will be slightly adjusted, and then potentially the order of unlock will be slightly adjusted. So
Cool.
Oh,
Thank
and then
you,
a
thank
couple of things like, for example, in the Dwarf Realm, Diamond nodes, Iron nodes won't be able to be purchased until that adventure's unlocked. Small stuff like that. But yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Oh, Zenith, hold on, you're still in here. I can't kick you from the stage, but if you could, like, I think you have to put. There you go. Zenith was just chilling. Epic, hello.
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 So my first question is, what's sort of the end goal for balancing PvP? Because I know a lot of updates have just sort of seemed to be little band-aids put onto the PvP system, whether that be the poll for increasing Ender Pearl cooldown, whether that be changing stack pot sizes. What's sort of the end goal? Because I feel like where we're trending towards is this sort of one-tap RNG PvP, where if you escape a fight, you can just like run forever, and otherwise you just get one-tapped.
We are implementing a we call it a, what do we call it? It's like a damage. Oh, what is it called, Apple? The it's where we see essentially where all damage is coming from, what enchants are doing the majority of damage, why people are essentially dying. We're implementing a system which will tell us exactly that. So rather than us, Deep Combat Analyzer, that's what it's called. So essentially, it will tell us everything we need to know about the current PvP. It's what helped fix what the issue you're describing on Cosmic PvP. So once we have it on Sky, we'll be able to see what exactly is causing the problem, and then I guess tweak what needs to be tweaked and go from there.
But what's the actual goal? Like, what do you see as the ideal state of PvP? How much damage should we be taking? Like, should people die because they run out of all their utility items? Should people die because they get pot blocked and executed? Like, do you see where I'm coming from?
It should be a mixture of both, to be honest. It shouldn't just be one, otherwise, obviously, as it currently is, it gets stale and boring pretty quick. There should be scenarios where you die because you're not able to pot because maybe your inventory is mismanaged. There should be scenarios where you die because you get pot block and have a bunch of enchants proc on you, but then you also maybe you just run out of everything and you're able to be caught up and not infinitely run and just die that way. So hopefully there'll be a mixture of them all. That's something I can confidently say we will be able to achieve with the Deep Combat Analyzer because it's been so successful before.
Okay. And then my other question is, I saw, maybe you can confirm that this is true, I saw that you guys were keeping the admin god tools in all adventure tiers going into the next map. What's the reasoning behind that, and why do you think it's good for players to potentially get looting 5 max diamond sword on day 1?
It's not. That was just before we changed Mythic chests.
Okay.
Mythic chests and heroic chests have both received a big loot table update, so yeah.
Okay, and so each tier would be separate to its adventure and not...
Correct, yes. And then all items which had custom attributes on have been audited, every single one in the game, including armor.
Alright, thank you.
No worries. Extinct. Just so you guys know, at past, I'm going to close the hands ups because we do have a large queue at the moment. So
Hey guys, what's up? So, that most recent leak you guys posted, is that like a little page on the bottom left?
Is that a little page in the bottom?
Like
left?
indicating
Hold on,
that
let me
there's 2
see.
pages of custom recipes.
Very potentially.
Okay, hold on. Well, what's the point of the Q&A if you're not going to answer my question?
Because that's a leak, and you guys are meant to figure that out. One person did figure out incredibly quick. I did thonk reaction to it. I think they may be in here. Hold on, let me check whether they're typing in chat right now. They are not in here. But yeah, you got to figure that out. Can't answer questions about leaks.
Well, did Dead Zone even like receive any updates? Is there any more like adventures in that kind of manner?
Dead Zone received, I guess, an update because of the IS farming update we did. With the old expansion of crops we've done. And then as for adventures, obviously they've all received the, I guess, a massive loot table audit plus a completely new experience within them. So, yeah.
All right, thank you. Was it Tater? You smell, by the way.
Oh, unlucky Tater. You even in here? Is he even in there to like back himself up? He's not even in here. No, he's not like, I don't see him in the audience. Yeah, Tater isn't here. Unlucky.
Yo.
Hello.
It's just one single question. Do y'all have any plans or are currently working on adding developers / expanding your team to maybe push out larger updates or more updates, depending on like season growth or as the season progresses?
It doesn't directly work like that, and obviously Sky has always had one developer. It wouldn't be just easy for one other developer to come in and instantly be able to pump out updates, because as much as developing is developing, every developer has their own style, every developer has their own way of doing things, and then for another developer to understand that, it's pretty complicated, especially with every single system we have on Sky. So it's something we're obviously looking into, maybe adding a secondary dev for a quote-unquote support dev where they can handle all of the lower priority things, and then Fam can focus on, like, spend all of his time focusing on the big updates. But I don't think there would ever be able to be a world where two developers would be able to work on large updates together, just because of, I guess, all of the systems that are required to be known, and then how it's been described to me as working. Obviously, I'm not a developer, so I don't fully understand, but yeah.
Okay, sure. I was just curious about the team. But okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
No worries. Oh my gosh, Rob Gester is here. And everyone say hello to Rob Gester in chat. Also, I'm turning off hand up requests, unlike everyone who didn't. I invited you to step up here, by the way, Ryan. You can if you want.
Yo.
Hello.
You guys have any, what's your thought process on making map 1 lawful?
Wait, could you rephrase? Sorry.
So what's your thought process making map 1 lawful? Like, if all the other maps have KO in the middle, how come map 1 is only lawful?
To, I guess, help newer players get into the game. Obviously, there is still the option to turn KO. There is still the requirement to turn KO to fight bosses. However, we discovered at the beginning of map 1 that, or was it beta? I don't remember the exact order. That having a chaotic environment where players are forced to participate in so early on was not healthy for the game. So we added it being fully lawful, but KO players obviously getting the buff that they do when they are chaotic, and that is something that I think a lot more people will be using this map just based off of the new updates that the Adventures have received.
Well, since you updated the chest spawn to not only be constricted to middle, wouldn't that make it more viable to make middle KO?
Not necessarily, no. Because there is still people. How do I want to say what I want to say? You still are gonna have people grinding at middle, regardless whether we make it full KO or not. And the people who want to go KO then can go KO and grind peacefully, well, less peacefully. And the people who want to be lawful can still get the better loot, but they just they get less items than the KO players. So I think it's a good mix of both worlds. But if there is a lot of suggestions on that specific thing at the beginning of the map, it's something we can definitely look into for map 3. But we saw a good reception of it map 1, so it's not something we want to change at the beginning of map 2.
Sounds good. And then earlier you talked about not having like looting 5 early on. During the beginning of the map, there's really no point like like leveling your eyes tools, because you can get so much more better tools. Are you guys changing anything on that this map?
So much better tools. What do you mean? Where can you get better tools from?
Well, what's the point of leveling your eyes tools when you can just get like a 2x mob killer loot box?
I assume you're referring to the treasure or the admin loot box, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, as I mentioned before, when Epic, I don't know if you were here when he asked his question. All of the IS tool, all of the attributes on every single thing in the game have been audited, and including IS tools and what attributes are given for IS tools. And I can promise you, you are going to want to level up your IS tools this map, because especially the farming one.
Sounds good. And then just small one. Can you guys on map 1 only alliance leaders can edit roster? Is there going to be any changes in that for like officers?
Only alliance leaders can edit roster. No changes that I'm aware of. Is it something? I mean, I can just get a gauge of it. Everyone in chat. That is not the case. Officers could rotate. Oh, okay.
Okay. I guess my bad.
No, you're okay. All good.
All right. That's it for me.
Thank you. Blaster Dark.
Okay.
Hello.
I was wondering. There's two things actually. Would lava be different? Because like with cows or something, with steak, that it'll get steak instead of like raw beef, and like it'll burn the cows.
Could you re-ask? I don't think I quite.
Oh, sorry. So like with survival mode, like it there's like a thing where you can like build. I don't know how to describe it.
Is it like an auto cow farm? What you're describing?
Yeah. So like it'll come out with steak rather than raw beef.
If the cows are burning, that does happen. And if you burn the cows, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. If you burn a cow in lava and have a collection chest, the collection chest will pick up steak.
No, it'll do raw beef. No.
I don't think you can burn cows. You can use
I don't
fire.
know.
I know that for a fact.
The second, and anyway, the second one is the iron golem spawners.
No iron golem spawners this map yet. We've put all of the time we've had into IS farming, IS fishing, and IS mining. So IS Slayer will probably receive more updates next map. Depending on how the updates for farming, fishing, mining go this map. But yeah, nothing for this map.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
I was told there was a question limit of 2, so I'll knock mine down to 2. there was a hopper issue last season with people like not being able to extract either out of a chest or move things around. Has there been like any change to that, or are we kind of meant to use like our own designs for getting around this?
Similar to the light limit limits that we have. Hoppers fall into the same category of we're not able to edit much to do with the hoppers. What we are able to edit is the bot intakes, how people liked. I think it's the crafting bot intake there was last season. They wanted that for the other bots. That is something that the tier 3 bot upgrades do possess. So there will be a lot more viability for hopper movement in the upgrades.
Okay. And then the second one is I've heard some people, whenever the CAPTCHA was out, I don't know if it's getting released again, they were talking about creating like a mod that could look at the UI and like highlight what needed to be clicked, is what I heard. Would that be something that's allowed if it comes back, of course, or we
Are you
thinking
talking about
that's
CAPTCHA?
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't click it for you, you can highlight it.
Okay. Thank you. That's it for
No
me.
worries. Awesome, thank you. Derp.
Hello.
Hello.
So I hear there's going to be updates to fishing. Does that include making the treasure system work? It worked, but it was absolutely dog shit. So is it going to be not that?
It wasn't the same treasure system as the IS treasure.
No. I mean just the fishing treasure system.
I don't know. Do you want to say on this one, Apple? I think you want to say something. Yeah.
Sure. Yes. So the whole treasure system, the previous treasure system, number one, it's being renamed because it was, of course, like we added the /treasure, so it's going to be called fishing. Yeah. So it's going to be called fishing artifacts now. And with that, we have looked into the type of loot you're getting from which types of fish and everything, and then also there are going to be more emphasis on the fishing rod attributes that you get from leveling up your fishing rod, and that will increase the, of course, the rarity and like the type of loot that you're getting from this fishing artifacts now.
All right, because the admin item fishing rod was worse than killing cows. And secondly, is there going to be a level cap for this season?
No. No level
All right.
cap.
All right, and like always, Chosen sucks.
Unlucky Chosen. I think that's the third person who said that. It's just unlucky, to be honest. We need to start like a train. Everyone needs to say it. Anyways, hello.
So, hi. The last guy mentioned level cap, but is there any changes to like add more things to level cap or fund? Or increase the amount of maps that you need for adventures to unlock?
I think you've been here when I answered this question already. Tut tut. I'm kidding. Yes, there's been a couple things added. For example, realm shops, not being able to get iron nodes before fund is unlocked, or diamond nodes before fund is unlocked. And then the map requirements, we are auditing those, yes.
I was definitely not here when you said that.
It was Unhappy's, was it second or third hand up? I don't remember. But yeah, it's whatever. Don't worry.
Okay. And a few more. The IS Slayer like meta, I found very boring. Is there any changes to the meta where you're not just slaying mobs over and over again?
IS farming will become something I think everyone wants to do to get the most XP. So that is our aim.
Oh. And it was already leaked that you're adding more crops. Is the actual progression of crops changing? So it's not like originally it was wheat and then potato and then carrots. Is there any early game crops that are being added, or are they all late game added to the very end?
We've focused probably a third of the crops we've added on early game, so that there is a lot more variation to what people are doing at the start of when they're playing.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate?
Well, there'll be some crops which like you have a choice in doing them. You can do them all, of course, but you can do one or the other.
Oh, okay.
There is some crops which have been added to the chain, I guess, and yeah, there's a mixture of it all.
When you have a choice, like obviously some crops don't grow the exact same way, or produce the same like amount. Is there balancing to where like if you're growing a new crop versus the original wheat, like is one going to be better than the other?
Well, it's still in the sense of like I want to say linear, where you have to grow wheat to get well, hold on. I'll read it out. It's gonna be a kind of exclusive thing. You've got to grow wheat to get sweet berries to grow glow berries, but you'll be doing all three at once essentially. Before you get to potatoes, and obviously you can choose to do one more than the rest of them if you think that it grows quicker, it gives more XP. And then the same for carrots. You can grow potatoes and pitcher pods at the same time, and you can grow one more than the other, but there is still the unlock requirement for carrots.
So there's like one total goal of, let's just say 200,000, and you have to grow 200,000 total, but it could be either or.
No, it's still 200,000 like one, but you can grow one as a priority at the same time and focus on that, whilst the other one's just kind of passively growing. Because the requirements for the next tier, like for example, 250 wheat to unlock potatoes. So it doesn't take very long at all. So you can focus on the one you actually want to focus on.
I see. And with the new crops, are there new custom recipes?
Yes.
Cool. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Complex, hello.
Good evening. So as I understand, you're going to be changing the adventure map. So my question is, are you going to be keeping the similar amount of chests and elite mobs and regular mobs on the map?
All of the current POIs, all of the current layer setup, etc., has been updated. But then we've also added new POIs, new elevation to two of the maps because they were missing elevation, whether it comes from down or up, and obviously that has been we've added more mobs to accommodate for that, and then all the POIs have been updated to make sure that the actual number of mobs you need to kill in Scavenger is doable.
Okay, are you changing anything about the, are you adding any new ores to mining, island mining?
Not this map, but we want to see how farming goes and then replicate what we've done with farming over to, mining and Slayer when it comes to the new content. But the current content obviously has been looked at for mining as well, but not been updated the same as farming.
Okay, so I'm guessing no new mining enchants either.
No new mining enchants. However, the old ones have also received an audit because obviously some were not working, some were not working as intended last map, and that's all been fleshed out and fixed.
Okay. Thank you then.
Thank you. Will the POIs matter in normal adventures as well? Or is it going to be air? They will definitely matter in normal adventures. Yeah, definitely matter. Are we getting a wiki? Maybe. MGA, hello again. What's this, 4th time? I wonder if the same person's going to be bad again.
I just wanted to ask about the new recipes. Do you need to get a recipe individually, or do you just get for one tier of crops?
What do you mean by that?
So, let's say you unlock carrots and then like all the recipes comes with it. Like you said, berries and other stuff.
Oh, so anything before carrots won't require a recipe. Anything after carrots will require a recipe. So anything new that's after carrots will require that recipe.
That's all I wanted to ask. Chosen doesn't suck, Dual does.
Oh, unlucky Dual.
No, you.
Oh, there you go. Unknown user. I wonder if you're actually an unknown user. Are you unknown user? Oh, you're not unknown user. Oh, hello? I don't think your mic is working. He's too unknown. Oh, there you go. You can type. I see you typing. I will watch out for your message in chat. We need some like elevator music. We need like the music back from the start. Wait, I can unmute it. Oh, wait. How do I do it? Oh, make a forums for us that was banned on my main account without power emergency. I would love to find out why to appeal this ban. You can appeal in this Discord, unknown. You just need to open, if you go to the support channel, you can open an appeal there. And someone... no, you can get in the Discord on your main. There is no requirement to be linked to in-game anymore. Anyone can join the Discord. Oh, banned from the Discord? Oh, I mean, make a support ticket on this Discord account, and then you can explain why it was banned there, and then go from there. Awesome, thank you, thank you. If you could step down from the stage. Thank you. Rustlord, hello.
All right, howdy. I guess first question will be Redstone upon reboot. I know you were mentioning bug fixes, but it wasn't directly mentioned, and like Redstone breaking upon like a reboot.
It's something we've added a couple of things for. However, we're sure we haven't caught everything. So there will still be cases where it happens. It's something that we want to fix, but the whole saving system of islands is going to have to be looked into for it to be fully fixed. So we're going to continue doing what we can for the moment, but there is still going to be issues which occur.
And then, are we just going to have to expect a full like update patch note at the wipe, or are we going to get it a little early just so we can gather what's happening?
Same as usual, you'll probably get it a day or two before. So
yeah, right.
Probably Wednesday or Thursday.
All right, appreciate it.
Awesome, thank you, thank you. 7 more. Oh, we got unhappy again. Just answer one question from chat. Why was the reset time pushed back an hour than it was before? Last time it was very, I won't say rushed our end, but we could have used the extra time. So going back to what it originally was just felt right. So based on when everyone was waking up, going to sleep, etc. Our side. So yeah. Anyways, unhappy.
So first, the Deep Combat Analyzer. Do you guys track when Lucky procs enchant on there, and will that tool be available for players as well?
That is purely for us, just to examine what's going on with all the enchants in the game, all the attributes in the game, so we can have all the tools we need to balance it. It's not something that would be available for players now, but it would include Lucky, yes.
All right, cool. And then just as a general question for the admins, what are like the benchmarks that you guys think need to be hit for map 2 to be considered a success? Like, what are the things you guys are most closely looking at?
We want the new player experience and the new player retention to be increased from last map. We have metrics on that now, which we were able to gather from, I think it's week 2 of map 1. Obviously, we don't have all the stats we'd like to have from map 1 to compare them to map 2, but we have the majority. We want the new player retention to be increased. We want specific areas on the server to be retention to be increased, and then also PvP wise, we want to see a drastic improvement in how that's performing, and then obviously people leveling up on their islands. There's a bunch of metrics we want to see hit, but it is something we are tracking.
Cool, awesome, appreciate it.
No worries. Polar.
Okay, so I got 3 questions.
Oh.
My first question is, for the future of the server, will it be more PvP or PvE oriented?
A good mixture of both. There's always going to be a place for PvP on Cosmic. Obviously, being in the original name, all the servers are kind of focused around it. However, with the updates you'll see this map, there has been a lot more PvE content added. And it's something we definitely want to expand on, because that is obviously what made Sky so unique with how our adventures worked, with the amount of PvE that was happening and the uniqueness of it. So we want to get a healthy balance of them both, and accommodate for both playstyles. So yeah.
Does punishment ladder reset each map?
It depends. It fully depends what punishment, to be honest. So, for example, something like spam, we're not going to mute someone for spam or ban someone for spam if they spammed a couple of times last map. But if there's certain punishments, like for example, cheating, the higher end of chat infringements, those would not reset now.
Got it. And if you guys go towards a more PvP approach, how will you guys fix cheating on the server? Because I know the server had a little bit more security when Kazakhstan was out, because it required you to be on Kazakhstan in order to go to certain areas. But even though you were on Kazakhstan, you could still inject like reach and auto clickers into it. But it still was a lot better than people using timer now. You know what I mean?
The anti-cheat is something we're constantly looking at. It's obviously a feature which, unfortunately, a lot of players don't get to see the time that's put into it, because majority of people don't cheat. They stay on their island. However, we are aware how much it affects the small majority of people, a small minority of people who do PvP properly and don't cheat. So it's something we want to put a lot of time into. It is something we are constantly tweaking, and throughout map 2 we'll have a lot more time to be able to do so.
I got you. And how will you guys fix snowballing on the server? Because pretty much the first fight determines everything, whether it be in chain, iron, or diamond. Because the team that wins that first fight will snowball so far ahead that it makes it almost impossible to come back for the other people that are playing the server.
The way the loot system worked in Adventure was completely, I guess not completely, but majorly overhauled at the end of last map, where the loot distribution was a lot better. So that, along with the updates we've done to Adventures, will allow for the snowballing effect to be drastically reduced, if not completely gone.
Okay, and last question: when is Kazakh Prisons coming back?
I'll say the same thing as I said before. It took Sky 9 months because we had the developer. We don't have a developer for Prisons, so I anticipate it taking even longer.
All right, bro. I appreciate it. Have a good
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. So my first question is there going to be level cap at all, like IS level?
Not for IS levels, but the level cap that we do have has been audited and adjusted, and new aspects have been added. For example, realm shops not being able to buy iron nodes until second adventure, diamond nodes until third adventure, etc.
Okay. And is there going to be any changes to Scav, like red versus blue?
Scav has been updated. XP requirements have all been updated, so they're a lot more achievable. You're going to be leveling up a lot quicker, and it's going to be a lot more fast paced. And then also the POIs have also been heavily audited, so that they're all very much possible for everyone.
Okay. Is there going to be any changes to airdrops? Because they were like impossible in Diamond.
Airdrops impossible in Diamond. What do you mean? Can you elaborate?
Like, they were like impossible to find.
Impossible to find. So like, there wasn't enough of them, or like, are you talking about the flares or the natural drops?
Like the airdrops that come in Scav.
But are they the natural ones or are they the ones you spawned in?
Oh, the natural ones.
Oh, I see what you're talking about because of the fog.
Yeah.
So the actual fog itself, it's not been changed. Obviously you can follow the sound, but there are plenty of ways to turn the fog off if either through texture packs or Luna Client if you don't want to see the fog.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No worries. Goat horn indeed. Yeah, you gotta. It's for the spooky effect. The fog's gotta stay, but you can turn it off if you don't want it.
Okay.
Hello.
My island got a few questions, so I joined back.
Good.
Any changes for robot caps? Because I know we ran into a lot of difficulties with bundler bots last season, not being able to place anymore.
They have been audited. I'm pretty sure we've added the ability to purchase a higher level of that upgrade, allowing you to place more bots. And then also, with the new bot upgrades that we've added, hopefully that will reduce the amount of bots that are actually needed. So it will improve efficiency there as well.
All right, and then it's like a two-part question here. Will captures be coming back this season, or will it be active?
Captures will be coming back this season, and they won't be spammy. So,
okay. Do you hope that affects the economy a little bit with some people not wanting to grind as much, and maybe to combat like AFKing on ults with auto clickers?
So the updates we've done to the other IS skills, for example, farming, we hope will change up the meta with what people are actually doing to level up. We think we hope farming will be best in slot for this map because of the updates it has received.
Okay.
And the other things to do with farming has also received updates. So yeah.
And then a last question. We had someone on our island like look through the leaks very well, and they noticed there was no chest in the pictures of the adventures.
There was chests. There wasn't chests in that one because that was taken directly from build server.
Okay.
There are chests in the most recent one.
Okay. But chest UI and everything, that's all staying the same?
Yeah. Chests are staying the same, the system.
Okay. Well, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. We got 3 more. We got the Cool Kill 42 first. Hello.
Hello, I am back. So last map there was a way to get double socketed weapons early on. Is that still going to be a way to get them, or are y'all planning on removing that? What's kind of the expectation for double socketed for certain levels and tiers?
I assume you're talking about the IS tools method.
Yes.
That's intended. It's staying in the game. However, obviously socket expanders themselves will become a lot more available to people. So people having those sort of weapons will obviously there'll be a lot more of them available.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
So another question is, so the max number for a island is 25, but for the Alliance it's 20. Do y'all plan on changing that to 25 so that they can match
the IS
via
level?
Upgrades? No. So the island after you have all the upgrades, you can have 25 people. But in the Alliance, you can only have 20 max ever. Do y'all plan on updating that with the 25 via upgrades for Alliance or anything like that?
It's something we can definitely look into.
Okay, awesome.
Because, I mean, I've seen a couple people commenting on Alliance upgrades, and if it's something that we're easily able to add during map 2, it's something we'll definitely look into.
Alright, awesome. And then, is there a specific number of Ho enchants that y'all have right now? I know y'all leaked 2 at least. Do y'all have more in mind?
How many total farming enchants? This isn't just Ho enchants. I think we have 8 to 10. Is it Apple?
There's over 10, and it's not just on the Ho. I mean,
yeah,
there's some other stuff too.
Exciting.
Yeah, 10 plus. There you go. That's
All right.
That's the number.
And then one more question. I know previous Scott and old Sky we had PvP pets like the Shockwave pet, and things like that. Do y'all plan on bringing any of those back long term or in this map?
We want to do something different for I guess what PvP pets brought to PvP. Pets are more, I guess we think, passive buffs which are able to like be kept leveled through island mechanics, whether it's something that replaces what pets brought to PvP or not. That's something we're obviously looking into for the future updates.
So something similar along those lines. The skins, I guess that's the same idea as you want something along those lines.
Not necessarily skins, however, along the lines of what buffs skins brought, like maybe it's more skill based where this is just not confirming anything, it's just shooting ideas, but maybe like a trinket system, or I think it was on prisons where they had the what were they called, synthetics, like that sort of system.
Okay, or another one that I think y'all used to have was the adventure AP system, where like not the like actual system to get the chest, but the level ups.
Yeah, the level ups.
That style thing. Okay, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's everything.
Awesome. Thank you. We have 2 more questions. Got Magical and Handings.
Yeah, what's up?
Hello.
So, is there any like concept of skins going to be returning to Sky? Like maybe for like PvE, like more island XP for mining, or like a Ho that maybe gives you bonus crops or something like that?
Not something that's currently planned, and I don't think they'd return in the exact same way as they were before. Whether they're introduced in a different way, obviously only time will tell in the future. It's not something we've given much thought at the moment.
Gotcha. All right, that's all.
Awesome. Thank you. And then Handings. Then we'll do a couple of chat questions, and then we should be good.
I don't
Awesome.
know
Hello.
if this was answered somewhere, but is there any plans to revamp the like tutorial challenges? Because those things are useless.
Tutorial challenges, they have been slightly audited for this map, and then we do want to do a complete overhaul of the tutorial system to help with new players being brought on, because it's something that we see, I guess, a flaw in at the moment on how it works. So it is something we have planned to do. It is something that's been slightly tweaked this map. It's not something that's been fully tweaked this map though, so expect more changes to that in the future.
Okay. Another thing, is there any plans to change either how fast a mob spawn in Dead Zone, or the amount of mobs you need to kill to get the chest? Because it's kind of annoying having to kill 600 mobs.
As for the amount on that, we can put it to a poll. If it's something that everyone agrees with, if we can get a quick temperature check in chat. What do we think about mobs needed to kill on the Dead Zone chest? So if we poll that. Okay, we'll give that a poll 100%.
And then the last question, has Albi Fuel been reworked? Because I know there was a big thread about it being like pretty much useless. Or not useless, but like not worth it.
It's not something that I've seen. I'll take a look through the suggestions. If you say there's one there, I can definitely see.
There's one
I can imagine people's points already.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can definitely have a look into it.
That was all. Thanks. Magical sucks.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so we'll do a couple chat questions. And then we can all be on our merry way. Oh, here goes people like bolding, making their text bigger, like anything to be seen. This is gonna be funny. Chest logging. There is chest logs. Unhappy. As far as I'm aware, you can look at a chest and do chest logs. Correct me if I'm wrong, Apple.
Yep, the vanilla command works for players to use if you're a co-leader plus on an island, as well. Band Team Plus have access to look at your chest logs on an island as well and see what was taken out and whatnot. Same as previously, where you can just see you take out a rank, you get a piece of paper.
Awesome, yeah. Any change to pets? Candies have become a lot more available. So pets, obviously, you can AFK them to level them up. And as well, you'll have access to a lot more candies to be able to level them up through adventures. Yeah, Apple's just outside. Any hopper speed change? Bots which interact with hoppers have all received hopper speed upgrades through the bot upgrades. As for individual hopper to hopper, it's not something we can change with the current system we have. It's something we want to, but yeah. Is there going to be island top level to see whose island is the highest? I assume you mean it accounts to the trophy top. If so, it's not something that's going to account to trophy top. However, if you think it should be, obviously feel free to post a suggestion. Highest top, make it look better, give it more info about all that. Yeah, I mean, that'd be more for a suggestion thread rather than us to discuss here. I do not sing, no. I mean, only in the shower sometimes. Any change to fishing bots in terms of sell price or just new fish? The whole fishing, I guess, mechanic has been changed. Keep an eye out on the post for that or some leaks. And all the sell prices, indeed. Wait, do we want an exclusive, like... I don't know if I want to. An exclusive, like, kind of like what we think is going to be meta and what you're going to want to be able to do. It's kind of like with the leak that was just recently given with custom recipes, but you guys are going to want to be doing custom recipes, especially with the new system. I will say that for a fact. A lot of the money is now going to come from them. So, has mob grinding been nerfed at all? Other things have been buffed to match it. And we want to see where that goes, but we think farming is going to become very, very good. I don't really have one dry grass, to be honest. Any more questions? City, of course. Josh? United lost to Spurs, so it is what it is. Okay, we can... no more not Sky-related questions. I don't think anyone else wants to know what my favorite type of cereal is. More adventure leaks. Would you guys like to see on Adventure 3 later today? And what we've done with that? I think it's gonna... you guys are gonna be like... Adventure 3 does go hard. Theo has seen it. Theo has like been through the ins and outs of it, and it does go hard. Let's call it there then. Expect to see an Adventure 3 screenshot posted. A movie, which we get some like full-on cinematics and B-roll done of it. We'll get Ollie on the case. But yeah. Oh, and also to say when everyone's in here, mobs will no longer get stuck in walls. There is a 100% fix for that. It's not happening anymore. If a mob is stuck, right-click the chest. It will no longer be stuck in the wall. It will be TP'd to the chest. There's a lot of W's in chat. I think you guys like that. No more admin screaming for admins in chat. Okay. Well, we will leave you guys to